For the past 2 decades, I have devoted my life to researching how to help people lose weight. That is until I realized all I knew about weight and health was wrong. When I was a kid, I never really liked the way my body looked. I grew up in the 80s and 90s at a time when diet culture was alive and well. You couldn't turn on the TV or open a magazine without seeing numerous weight loss ads. This diet culture messaging instilled in me a core belief that being fat was to be avoided at all costs. I can remember being as young as 9 and thinking that my body was too big and that I needed to shrink it to have a happy and healthy life. In my early teen years, I attended weight loss camps, and by age 15, I had decided I was going to be a dietitian when I grew up because I thought that the key to all this was knowledge. This choice ultimately morphed into a career in dietetics and then research, and during my successful research career, I developed and tested numerous weight loss programs. And in these programs, people lost weight, but time and time again, they struggled to sustain that weight loss. And it wasn't just these studies. All of our evidence around weight shows that only a very small percentage of people are actually able to keep off any weight that they lose. And so I thought, okay, maybe we just need to keep working harder and design the next right program. But ultimately, I realized what we're doing is harmful. It's not working. It's not meant to work this way. And it wasn't just harmful for others, it was also harmful for myself. It was around this time that I was diagnosed with an eating disorder and became aware that it stemmed all the way back to my childhood when these core beliefs about weight and health began. I realized I could no longer work in weight loss and I had to find a new way. And it was during this process that I learned a few general principles that I'd like to share. 1, we need to stop labeling some foods as good and some foods as bad. Thinking that certain foods are going to solve all of our health problems is a false narrative. And similarly, thinking that certain foods are going to cause health problems is so problematic. There are so many more things that impact our health than just what we eat. This black or white, good, bad mentality is also a gateway to restrictive eating and ultimately eating disorders. I know this from personal experience, and I've seen this in many people. We need to start to think how all foods fit and how all foods can play a role in our life and our health. 2, we need to de-emphasize weight as the marker of health. Doctors and healthcare providers are quick to blame weight for common health problems. As such, people in large bodies don't want to see their doctor. They avoid seeking healthcare because they feel incredibly stigmatized when they go in with a sore throat and are told to lose weight. And we know from research that it's this weight stigma that actually is more problematic for health than their actual weight. And lastly, it's never too late to unlearn harmful beliefs. I developed this core belief that fat was bad and I should be in a small body early on, but this only led me to suffering and to harming others. And what helped me make this shift was the recognition that in these weight loss programs, we're prescribing for people in large bodies the same behaviors we tell people in eating disorders to stop doing. They're not just harmful for those in small bodies, they're harmful for everybody. It was a long journey to get through this process, lots of ups and downs and a lot of unlearning. But one thing is for sure, I gained a lot. 1, I gained weight. My body needed more nourishment. 2, I gained much better mental health, a greater connection with my friends and family, and a strong belief that we must dismantle diet culture. It is oppressive and only harms our future generations. We want them to grow up without this core belief that they need to shrink their bodies in order to have a happy and healthy life.